Chi Gong is not something we normally associate with karate. And normally, if we think of Chi Gong, karate practitioners normally go and practice a Chinese martial arts or just go to a separate Chi Gong class. But what have I told you? There is a Chi Gong exercise that we do in karate on a very, very regular basis, one of the most important ones of all, and it's there in plain view, and we've all missed it for many, many years. One of the main Chi Gong exercises that is regularly done is this one called pulling silk. Okay? Now, when we look at it, just to break it down, if you imagine like you've got a cord coming out of the crown of your head, pulling yourself up towards the ceiling, like you're making yourself taller. You're pushing through your legs, you're pushing through your head. Okay, so you're like, there's a Chinese phrase, the body has 5 bows. Now, if you think in terms of a bow and arrow, if you've got the cord going down, okay, the cord is taut. You want to make the cord even more taut, you pull the bow back, and that kind of increases the tension in the cord to release the arrow. Now, 5 bows in the human body, 4 limbs, and your spine, which I'll explain a little bit. Okay, now, I'll show it this way first of all to explain it, and then I'll put it back into the pulling silk. If you stretch your arms out to the side, stretch out through those fingertips, feel the stretch through the chest, then slightly bend your elbow. Not so that you pull the arm back, try and keep the hand where it is, but slightly bend the elbow. You feel an increase in that pulling going through your arms and into your lateral muscles. Okay, well, maybe not always straight away, but sometimes with practice you'll feel it. What we're actually pulling is our fascial systems, not our muscles. And the fascial systems link muscles together in a chain. So I'm kind of like stretching out that chain of muscle, then slightly stretching the chain. Now, I did it that way so you can see it clearly, but going back to the pulling silk, if I do it this way, I'll stretch out to the front, stretching out through the fingertips, and slightly bend the elbows. As I'm stretching up through my head, again I'll do the same with my knees. I'll bend my knees without letting the head come down, pull the knees out, and again that pulls those fascial systems out a little bit more. So that's 4 bows in the body. The 5th one is your spine. If I pull from the belly button towards the small of the back, that's my 5th bow. And as you do that, particularly as you pull the belly button back and you push the knees forward, you should hopefully feel a pulling down those thighs. Okay? Now, the reason why they do this exercise in Chi Gong is it pulls all the fascial systems in the body, or most of the fascial systems in the body, the main ones. So, what's this got to do with karate? Well, if I simply change that position slightly to, what does that look like? It looks like our yoi position. Okay, it's there in plain sight. It's our yoi position. It's pulling silk. It's the same thing. Now, when you look at the military, okay, the armed forces, they stand to attention, and then when they start doing whatever they want to do after that, they march or stand at ease or start doing their gun drills, playing with their little gun. But they do it from the attention position. We start off with more or less at attention, we bow. Why don't we just go from there like the military does? Why don't we just go into position from there? Why do we need a ready position first and then go into our techniques? I would argue that the reason why we go into this yoi position, this ready position every time, is we're pulling silk. We are pulling on the fascial systems. Okay? It's what Tai Chi does. When the Tai Chi movements are all done very slowly or whatever, it's all about pulling these fascial systems throughout the body. Now, I'm going to be honest here, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm a beginner. Okay? I'm on the low end of it. I did about a year of Tai Chi, and I learnt a little bit of stuff there. But I did a course with a guy called Dan Harden, an American guy. I'll put his website down below. I learnt more in one weekend with Dan Harden than I learnt with about a year of doing Tai Chi. Now, that's not to knock Tai Chi. If you do get a chance to train with him, highly recommend it. But like I say, this pulling silk, every time we make a yoi position or we make a yame position, okay, if you do that exercise, you're constantly pulling your fascial systems throughout the body, which rewires the fascial system in a way that makes your body more efficient for karate or any other martial arts. Okay, and more or less the same in Taekwondo. I think in Taekwondo they call it boro, and it's very similar position, except I think the arms tend to be a little bit straighter. If you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, please leave me a like and a comment below. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps to promote this channel. And please also share it with your friends.